Welcome to the Tom Barnard Family Podcast with
co-host Catherine Brandt,
Andy Brandt Barnard,
and Kristen Burt.
What? What are you chuckling about, sister?
I didn't see you guys until I said my name.
You didn't?
No, it was the logo for me on my end.
That was it.
It was the logo.
It was the logo. Kristen Burt, Entertainment News, brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. How are you doing today?
We were just talking about weather and the various temperatures all over the country right now.
Oh, God, yeah. Big differences.
Yeah, it's very warm here all of a sudden.
Yep,
Yeah.
and it's not warm here, and it's going to be, I was saying, we're going to have a low of 0 on Monday. So,
Oh, Dark Strider. Tom's always slow.
Oh,
Is that the ticket,
mean.
Lord? Settle down, Lord.
Lord, Mr. Darkstrider.
Or as
Mr.
my
Darkstrider, father.
as my mother would have said, I forgot what she would have said now. Oh,
As my mother
Lord
would have
something.
said,
Well, I was trying to get it out and I got trampled. So, it's just
Lords.
Anyway.
What did she say with the Lord? I don't know.
Hear our prayer.
She liked
Yeah,
the
hear
Lord,
our
yeah.
prayer.
Probably did say that quite a bit.
She used to say Judas Priest.
Judas Priest. Judas Priest.
Tuts.
She didn't
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
people
swear.
are wondering, Kristen, you weren't on for that part. Right after you left, basically, all of a sudden there was an alarm. It was like, this is an emergency. Please vacate the building. Do not use
Yeah.
the elevators. And they were gone for the rest of the show.
The rest of the show, we were
Oh.
gone.
It was
Yep.
2 hours.
2 hours of the alarm going off.
Oh, that's annoying.
Very annoying.
Yeah,
Apparently
condo
the fire department came. There was no fire. Even though they weren't here, they were saying it's a false alarm. It's a false alarm. But the alarm is so loud.
Yes,
and
it was
the
very
speakers
loud.
are so loud. There's no way you can stand it. So
We always
sure
take our cats out when that happens. We just load them up and get in the car and leave. It's too much.
Yep.
yeah, it is
Yep.
too much. So anyway, so then the fire department left, and so then it was, the alarm company is on their way. Well, they must have had a really nice lunch in Miami.
Yeah.
because it took them forever to get
That
here.
is correct.
Yeah.
You think
No,
they
it
could
was-
remote restart it or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd
you
think.
would think.
Or have somebody go and throw the light switch. How about that?
Yeah, really.
Our
Just cut the
fire
power.
department resets it. That's weird.
I thought it was weird too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they should be able to reset it.
Oh, but one thing I got to tell you about the buildings and all the rest of it. Nana, we have a balcony
We do.
that we look out into this balcony. And Catherine goes and said, this and this, this and this all has to go, and this has to be changed, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yes, you did. I went out this morning. You can see for about a mile where there used to be all this forestation. I mean, all the beautiful trees. They trimmed all the trees she wanted. This woman's
I took
unbelievable.
photos. I sent them to the manager's office, and I'm
Yeah.
like, these trees need trimming. They really, really need trimming. They looked really sad, and
did.
they trimmed them.
Oh,
They
well,
look
that's good.
great.
They'll grow back too. If you're
But
sad that they're gone.
No, I just walked out this morning on the deck. I'm like, I can see across the river or the creek or whatever the hell it is.
No, it was just all the dead fronds. That the trees
Yeah.
are like 5 times their size, and then when they trim them back, they've got they just keep the new top growth. So there's a lot
Correct.
of open space, which is good.
And you
That
don't want
is
the palm
true.
fronds during hurricane season.
Hurricanes,
Oh, God, no.
coconuts.
Huge.
There's a mandate down here where if you don't take down your coconuts, you get fined, and the city will take them down. But you're going to be sorry if you make the
Yeah.
city
Right.
do
Get your coconuts.
It's all true, no question. But yeah, it's it's interesting. 2 hours that alarm was going off.
That's
For
annoying.
2 hours.
Yeah, even
Good
when we do alarm testing, we just pack up the cats. One of
Oh,
us
yeah.
has to stay here. I'm always
Oh,
like, Bill,
yeah.
I'm volunteering you. I'm taking the cats and running.
Yeah, Bill, I appreciate
I
it.
go and sit in our, we have a really large grocery store that's close by, and they have a huge parking lot, and it's so quiet, and you can just park in a corner. Cats just sit in the back, sit under the shade.
go.
We've got it all worked out.
Oh, yeah, we could go over to the outlet mall next time. Just sit in the shade. Well, we could just walk
Yeah.
around the outlet mall. They let dogs all over in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
usually-
don't want to be walking my cats, so.
Oh, it's all right.
No.
We talked about Punch the Monkey. I'm sure, Kristen, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, punch the
Yep.
monkey.
Do you guys know what we're talking about?
I feel like I do, but I don't remember exactly.
There's a little monkey in a zoo in Japan who was rejected by his mother. And so
And he's
he
being
had like, this
bullied,
track
too.
tail, and yeah, all the other monkeys were being jackasses, and then he got a little plushy, and he got a bunch of attention, and now the monkeys like him. I don't know.
He's
Monkeys are
popular
cool.
now, so everyone likes the monkey. Not only
Exactly,
do the
it's
zoo
literally-
goers like the monkey, but the other monkeys like the monkey.
Yeah, it's literally Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but it's a monkey.
Oh,
It's-
was he the one with the great big stuffed monkey?
Yep.
And somebody else,
The orangutan.
another little monkey tried to take it, and he like threw him out, kung fu'd him, and
Yep,
But
that
it's
would be
crazy how herd mentality works, even in animals. They hate you, and then they love you, and yeah.
yeah.
Well, I will tell you this. I
Congress.
just got a message from a listener that said when he was a kid, he claims that when it was time to go to the bathroom, somebody would say, I have to punch the monkey. Do you think that's true, or do you just make that up? Instead, I have to pee, instead of I have to. What do you mean, what?
Well, but doesn't make any sense. Punch the monkey.
You never heard that before? I got to
No.
drain the hose. You've never
Drain
heard
the
anything.
hose, yes.
Yeah,
Never
that
heard
makes
punch
sense.
The monkey.
But I think he did it on purpose because it doesn't make any sense. I think that's the whole point of the joke.
Actually, punch the monkey doesn't sound like draining the
It
hose.
sounds like the other thing, yeah.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
it does. It
Well,
does.
that's
I'm
a
sorry.
good. Good point. See, now that's a good point.
I've heard slap the monkey,
Yeah.
Slap the
but not
monkey.
punch the monkey.
Maybe this guy's wrong. Hey, don't look at me. It's not me doing it, you pill. I'm just
Love the
reporting on something else.
visuals early in the morning.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
I don't know. Punch
We were
the
in
clown.
dildos yesterday. Today it's punch
Yeah,
the monkey.
where is this
Okay, here we go.
show going?
Lord Darkstrider, punch the clown.
Oh.
Wild Bill got a whiz is better. Wrestle the anaconda.
Oh, my God.
Easy, Tommy. Think Pee Wee Herman in the theater. Oh, that's right. He was punching the monkey in the
Yeah.
theater, wasn't he?
Choking the chicken.
Yeah, that one's
yeah.
We're looking at all these penis references.
Oh, yeah, spank the monkey. That's, yeah.
Spank the
Thank the
monkey.
monkey. Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I
yeah.
I would love to know how many little words you guys have for your
There's just a lot of
PP.
them.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You know,
I
No,
just-
We don't.
Women
We
got
don't
like
want to know,
four.
Kath. No, we don't want to know.
You don't want to know?
it's kind of endless.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you've heard of the Empire State Building, of course.
Oh, for God's sake. Let's.
All right,
Just-
let's turn to some entertainment, shall we? What do you say?
Well, Charlie wanted me to talk about the fact that they're doing a Rob Reiner tribute at the Oscars, which
That'll
is
be
expected. You know, of course, they're going to do a When Harry Met Sally reunion, of course, with Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. And they're also doing a Stand By Me reunion. But allegedly, this is how it's playing out so far, Jerry O'Connell and Will Wheaton are the ones who are going to be talking about Rob Reiner and the movie. They did not invite Corey Feldman. So Corey Feldman, being Corey Feldman, took to Twitter and was like, hey, I just want to let everyone know I wasn't invited. I think I wasn't invited because I call out the abuse in Hollywood. And I don't think that's it, honestly. I honestly think that it's Corey Feldman is a liability to the Oscars because he does things like this constantly and just like calling out attention to himself. And they just don't want a live wire on live TV is really what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose you don't need a big speech about pedophiles in Hollywood at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, we know that there's plenty of discussion outside of the Oscars, but also that Corey Feldman constantly says there are so many pedophiles in Hollywood and then won't name them. And so people are just in this like rabbit, you know, this
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder why
hamster wheel of it. Yeah. I'm like,
So
just call them out or
pedophile-
don't.
Pedophile actors and directors, is that what he's talking about?
He alleges that he and Corey Haim has now passed, the two Coreys, were both abused in Hollywood, particularly Corey Haim, that he was sexually abused. And there's allegations out there, and I will tell you, the allegations out there are about Corey Haim and Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen has disputed them. In fact, he disputed them in his Netflix documentary. But, you know, you either have to call them out or you can't just sit there and constantly tease it at this point or like go to the authorities and tell them at least who it is because it just becomes a call for attention at this point.
Right.
God, what a story.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad either way. Corey Feldman just did the last season of Dancing with the Stars too, and he was he was tough. He's tough to work with. And
Oh, really?
yeah, he wouldn't be showing up for rehearsal. He'd be showing late. He missed a week of rehearsal. He was first voted out, so it was not a surprise by any means. But even when they cast him, I was like, oh, he's first out. Like, I knew right away. He's done.
Really?
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that just can't handle it, huh?
Can't handle it. Yeah, it just always has something going on. Always has an issue, and he's like, people, I know that you're making petitions to get me to go on the Oscars, and I'm not sure if there are petitions out there actually, but it's always like, make a petition, because make this a big thing, to the point that the Oscars will be forced to invite him. It's always that with him.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm sorry, but Hollywood does kind of deserve its title. There's no question. There's enough people like that involved, and it's like, God, what are you doing?
But I feel like that's every industry. It just
Hollywood
puts it on display, because I feel like politics right now is Hollywood, just politics. And then, I mean, I just think other industries. I mean, I've certainly worked in the restaurant industry, and that's a strange one. And, my dad worked in aesthetics for a long time, and he was like, there's a lot of weirdness going on there with all the plastic surgeons and everything else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just what bubble you live in. We see the Hollywood and we see the
Right.
Washington, D.C. bubble, but the other ones are a little bit more under the radar.
Well, and the Hollywood one, you've got so many actors and actresses constantly virtue signaling about how wonderful they are
Yeah,
and
that's
how
the thing.
moral and above everybody else they are. It's a lot to digest from Hollywood when their industry is doing stuff like that to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let me ask you a question, and I just maybe wasn't paying attention because it's so disgusting to me. What in the hell did the world explode with this having sex with children thing? I mean, has it been in other parts of the world? Has this always been part of the deal? But when I was a kid, you'd hear about it once in a while, but not like every day, about 15 of them. What happened? Why does everybody want to have sex with children?
It's always been there. It's just,
Yes.
Always?
yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, that's how they discovered STIs, was because children were turning up with STIs. How do you think they wind up with STIs? They get them from adults. So, unfortunately. Alex is asking about the Oscars. Do you think any particular Oscar picks you think are a shoo-in for certain categories? Of course, I think the big one is going to be Best Actress for Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Nobody else has beaten her this entire season. Everyone thought it was going to be Timothée Chalamet's year for Best Actor, but like right before all the votes went in, he decided to talk about how opera and ballet are dead.
God.
Just shooting off his mouth. And he's like, that's why I do movies, even though his mother and his sister have worked in opera and ballet, which is kind of crazy. But any like weird little misstep oftentimes starts to affect your voting. And at the SAG Awards, also now known as the Actor Awards, Michael B. Jordan won the Best Actor. So there is now sort of a late run on Michael B. Jordan winning that category, and Sinners kind of eclipsing one battle after another, because those two have been, in such a race this season. So we will see how this plays out. I still think one battle after another will come out on top for Best Picture, but I do think Michael Jordan's going to beat Timothée Chalamet.
Well, the people still, when I was a kid, I guess the reason I'm asking this is when I was a kid, Oscar night was a very, very big deal. Watching the Oscars, oh my God. Is it still as big a deal as it used to be?
It is. In fact, we have seen
that's
actually
good.
after the decline during right before the pandemic and through the pandemic, we've now seen an increase in ratings. Is it going to be as large as it was in 1986 when there were 3 stations and everyone just watched
Right.
the Oscars? Because by default, that's what was on. No,
Yep.
of course not. You can watch it now on ABC. You can watch it on Hulu, of course. But, the red carpet continues to be very big business. So that is probably the most profitable part of the actual show itself. And for anyone who cares that, there's a couple of surprises here, I think that it might be a little bit of an interesting race. Nothing is a done deal this year in most categories. So that's good.
Best thing about the Oscars is when they're over. That was just posted.
Well,
Those are the people who don't watch, but there are plenty of people who watch. And I will tell you that TikTok has had a huge impact, not only on live sports, but on live award shows, on live shows like Dancing with the Stars. And that is where we're seeing those ratings increase.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, I find it entertaining. It's a good. I got to be honest with you. I think Will Smith did a lot of damage to that whole
Himself.
deal.
He just did
Yeah,
damage
well,
to
himself.
himself.
He really
That's all
did.
it was.
Oh
I mean,
no. A lot of people don't. I literally was like, oh, I don't want to watch these shows anymore.
but the ratings are not mimicking what you're saying, though. The ratings have
not?
been going
Okay.
this way. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, since the pandemic, they were probably at their lowest 2021.
Oh,
and
sure,
since
yeah.
2022, they've actually been increasing. Like I've said, TikTok has really had an impact on that. Gen Z
okay.
likes to discuss these live sports, live award shows, Dancing
Right.
with the Stars. Like those are the shows. American Idol even has seen a tick up in its ratings because of TikTok and because Gen Z is watching
Yeah.
live programming.
I could see that. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
thinking
Let's
about
see. I
it that
got
way.
numbers. So when was the Will Smith thing?
2022.
2022. 2022 did not see a dip. It actually saw a quite large jump, although, like you said, 2020 had 23.6 million viewers. 2021 had 10.4 million. So the pandemic destroyed
huge
their audience.
Destroyed
More
the
than
audience.
It's still not back up to 2020 numbers, and also, it's not even close to like we were talking about how the Oscars used to be big. It's not even close to how it used to be. 2014, 43.7 million viewers. 2025, 19.7.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's not as big of a deal.
Did you see it? Because with streaming, does that include the streaming numbers?
That includes
Because-
ABC and Hulu.
and Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah, because see, 2025 had an increase over 2024. Yeah,
It
so
did.
we've seen. Yeah, so the numbers are going up.
Right. But I mean, like the peak was some time ago. It was over 10 years
Oh,
ago.
100%. It's never, ever, ever going to be what it was.
No, God.
Never.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. People are like, "Oh, Dancing with the Stars is doing better than ever." I'm like, it's doing better than ever in this era.
Right.
It's
yeah.
not going to be 2010 ever again. We're not going to see that, of course.
Yeah.
But we've seen it go up, and then we've seen it do a huge dip, and now we're seeing a rise again. But that's the thing. It's in this era of streaming and what that means. You can't compare a 1985 Oscars to a 2026 Oscars because
No.
those days are so over. Movie theater, those days are so over. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, they sure are. Unfortunately.
What are you making me try to make me tear up here? I love going to the movies, damn it. But I never go
Yeah.
anymore.
No. It's kind of a pain in the ass to go to the
Oh,
movies.
but just grabbing that popcorn and sitting down in those comfy seats and
Well, like I said, if there's something for
loved
us
it.
to watch, I don't think they're making movies
Well,
for,
yeah.
I don't even know, 20 to 35, maybe 40? Is
Yeah.
that their range now? I think.
For
Just movies in general.
Yeah, younger audiences are going. So we've seen the rise of PG movies. Those are where the real sweet spot is. But Wuthering Heights did very well, and it made its money back. And obviously, you're seeing a niche in the market that is being underserved. Because if Wuthering Heights is doing that well, that means that romantic films, like over a Valentine's Day weekend, that's what you need to do. You need to be doing that instead of going, let's throw in a Marvel film this weekend, or let's throw in another sequel. That's what's really important. You have to. They need to start being strategic about what they're showing at the theaters.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's why Barbie did so well. Underserved market. We were like, oh my gosh, yes, we will come out for that.
I still can't believe that Barbie's because I think I was like about 7 maybe when Barbie hit the Christmas market. When was Barbie invented?
Wow.
I think it was the late 50s, I think, but I'm not sure.
Let's see
Might
here.
have been the early
Barbie
60s.
dolls, 1959.
59.
Yeah, you were close. In fact, you were dead on. Well, there you go.
There you go,
Yep.
dead on.
Yeah,
Is it a bad
Tom-
sign that a guy in my era?
I was going to say, secret Barbie fan here.
See, I know.
Barbie
Did you have the Barbie dream house?
He had a Ken. Even.
Did I
had a
have
Ken doll.
Ken?
He's like,
I didn't realize I had a
he
Ken.
secretly sings "I'm Just Ken" in the shower. I'm just Ken. Anywhere else, I'd be a 10.
Boy, look at the time. Good God. No, but I did. I grew up. I love the Emmys. I love the Oscars. Those. it was a part of the world I'd never seen before. You see all the glamour and the glitz and all the rest of it. It's pretty impressive, don't you think?
Well, absolutely. I mean, for me, watching the Oscars and then actually being on the red carpet for the first
Right.
time in 2011
Yep.
was unbelievable. That was a dream of a lifetime. And I don't think I'll ever recapture like that type of moment because I'm like, I'm from small town Massachusetts. How did I get here? I
Right.
still think about that. Like, how did I get here? Just with the things that I've done in my career, things sometimes, just slide into your lap, and other things, of course, you obviously work hard for. But, I didn't have the traditional path in entertainment journalism that a lot of people do. So getting there was a wild ride.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing, though, don't you think? Different perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fun. I think it's fun, having the untraditional path to Hollywood.
Well, we got the only thing saving Hollywood is Kristen Burt trying to bring us all back in.
But here's
trying
the
to-
thing. You guys will criticize Hollywood, but then everyone's like, what about this movie? I was just watching this TV show. You're still in Hollywood if you're watching entertainment. So
That's true.
until you cut yourself off completely and just read a book.
Well, 90% of what we watch at this point was produced either 30 plus years ago or was produced by Pink Fong. So we're actually kind of divorced from Hollywood in our lives at this point.
You guys have all the Disney Plus captured, though. And you've got Scrubs and...
We do, but I mean, it took us so long to watch that. It's like we're consuming it, certainly, but not at the rate of the average American. Absolutely not.
No, but the average American is not consuming entertainment the way they were even they come home from work, maybe they go and work out, they eat dinner, and then they go and they scroll TikTok or they scroll Instagram. They are not turning on their TV.
Well, that's what we do. We have a TV in our bedroom, and by the time Ethan falls asleep and we're like confident that the kids are actually asleep, it's 8:45, sometimes 9 o'clock, and it's like we don't have time for a movie, and I don't know. So what we just lay in bed and like maybe do some work, or she'll be on Instagram and she'll show me videos and stuff like that. We almost never watch anything.
Yeah, I don't even have a TV in my bedroom. We have one TV. It's in the living room. Whoever gets it first gets it. But oftentimes, we don't fight over it though either, because oftentimes it's off. We've just had both of us work in media, so sometimes it's just been a lot of sensory overload throughout the day, and having a quiet living room with 2 cats and just hanging out on the couch and talking is lovely.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice and quiet. Well, that's the other thing. It's like our life is very loud. Colin is in his screaming phase, and Ethan likes to join in, and it's just always go, go, go. So when we get a chance to just lay in bed and basically do nothing, we take it.
The peace and quiet.
I love
the peace and
silence.
quiet. It's
Yeah,
nice.
I do too.
Trevor
it's
says,
inter-
I like to watch cutscenes while I'm playing video games. You should play Metal Gear Solid 4 then. I think that game has something like 60 hours of cutscenes in it. Yeah, it's barely even a game. So, hey, there you go. That at my rate, that'll take you, 3-4 years to watch all of?
Yeah.
I don't know. I do not know. It's just one of those situations where I wish they made better movies. Our movies, I just really, most of you go now, it's like, oh, okay, that's great.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like there's a need to go to the theater to see a lot of movies.
Right,
Every once in a while,
right.
there'll be an event film. Like, I felt the need to go see Wicked on the big screen. I felt the need to go see Barbenheimer that big weekend on the big screen because it was an event and everyone came out together.
Yeah.
So until Hollywood gets their act together on that and really starts thinking about event movies instead of just like, let's just throw spaghetti on the wall and do, Scream Part 7. I don't feel a need to go see Scream Part 7 in the movie theater. I'm not going to spend $20 to go and buy a ticket.
Well, now that movies are so long too, it's almost nice. It's nice to wait till they're streaming so you can do a 2-part series, so you don't have to sit there in a theater for 2.5 hours. And then
It's
also
true.
the previews, it's almost 3 hours sometimes.
I will look at a running time because occasionally my friend is on Critics' Choice for film, so she'll oftentimes invite me to her screenings, and she will go, "Hey, do you want to come to this movie?" And if it's like 3:05, I'm like, "Nope, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do it."
We'll get home till 8.
Oh, the screening's at 7 p.m., so that means I'm not getting home till after, like close to 11 p.m. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't need to see it.
No.
It all works out. One thing I will tell you that I really, really love about, I suppose AI is part of it and all the rest of it. But I do love going back and watching. Catherine and I once in a while go back and watch a show that's 1, 2, 3 years old, something like that we've never seen. Or I watch things from. I mean, you can get any show you want except for one, and maybe that's changed now. But the only show you couldn't find, going around to all the different channels and all that stuff.
Streaming services, you mean?
Yeah, well, like streaming services and however you could get to it. The only one I could never find is The Untouchables. And I don't know why that would be. That's kind of odd, don't you think?
It's untouchable. You can't touch it.
Well, it's
Maybe they're going to
untouchable, so
start
you
their
can't
own
touch it.
untouchable streaming service
that.
They
soon.
probably are. They're going to have
So they
Untouchable
can be
Plus.
purchased by somebody.
You think
Yeah,
so?
you can buy hard media, I'm sure. I bet you can buy a nice little DVD set out there, can you?
Oh, a nice DVD
Do we
set.
have a DVD player anymore? I don't even
I
know.
still
No.
have mine.
We might
Yeah.
have one in the cupboard.
The Untouchables TV series can be watched on Netflix and via streaming for free on Pluto and YouTube playlists. It's also available for purchase on Amazon, Apple TV, and Google Play.
Well, that
Oh,
must
there you
have
go.
just happened a short time ago because I would say 6 months ago that was not available.
It does happen where things have been unavailable for a while, or they take it off the market and they put it back on.
Okay.
I mean, for a long
Alright.
time, you could not get moonlighting because of the music
Oh,
licensing
yeah.
issues.
Yep.
And they put in some, free public domain music in some areas, so it's not exactly the same as you watched it in the 80s, but
Right.
it is available.
Like you can't find the Flintstones.
You can't?
That's
Nowhere?
Catch up
hilarious.
on the Flintstones. It's
Catching
been
up
too
on.
long.
I love the Flintstones.
Oh,
Don't
my
mess with the Flintstones. Even though somebody, God, whose brother was it? A friend of mine's brother said, "Tom, could I ask you a question?" These kids like about 10. I said, "Sure." Why? He goes, I was watching the Flintstones with my dad, and why is it that your name is Barney, but then you're the small one, not the big one?
That is a kid thing to say.
That is a
Absolutely.
kid thing to
The
say.
Flintstones. That was the first movie premiere I ever went to, The Flintstones 2.
There you go. Right.
The
There were
movie.
movies? I didn't know there were movies.
There were 2 movies. and
Two
those
movies,
were-
yep.
Yeah.
There's one with, what is his name? I keep wanting to say
John Goodman was in it.
Goodman. That's it.
Yeah,
yes.
so
Yep.
John Goodman
Yep.
played Fred Flintstone. Rick Moranis played Barney Rubble, a rare movie. You've wanted to see
Yeah.
good
Oh, wow.
movies.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Perkins was Wilma. Halle Berry played the secretary Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone.
Rosie O'Donnell played Betty Rubble. And then Elizabeth Taylor even made a cameo in that one.
Really?
What?
Yes. And then
We
it
should
was-
watch that. That sounds good.
It was actually a cute movie. The one I went to, Flintstones 2, was not as good because they had kind of the B cast. It was Mark Addy as Fred Flintstone.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Stephen Baldwin as Barney Rubble.
What?
Kristen Johnston played Wilma Flintstone. Jane Krakowski played Betty Rubble. So
Huh. A complete Was it what you said? It was theaters. That sounds like a direct-to-video sequel, but
no, it wasn't. It was in movie theaters. It was called the
that's
Flintstones
very-
in Viva Rock Vegas. And if I can find it, you guys, I have a photo of me actually at the premiere, and I've got like my head in like, I don't know, Barney or Wilma
Yeah.
or like one of those cutouts, and it's a Polaroid because it was 2000.
Oh, there you go.
it would have to be.
Oh,
If I can
Polaroid.
find it, I'll go and I'll put it on my Instagram and Facebook story for everyone because it was so funny.
Well, I love the fact that came up. I love talking about the Flintstones. Everybody loved the Flintstones, right?
Oh, I loved
remember-
watching them growing up, and those and the Jetsons.
I
the
loved the
Jetsons.
Jetsons. The Flintstones, I was always, even as a kid, I was like, there's no way that car can go with
No.
stone
Foot-
wheels.
The foot brakes.
Yeah, the foot brake.
How are you
yes.
going to go up a hill with the stone wheels?
I always joked though I had Fred Flintstone feet because my feet are wide, and I'm like, I got Fred Flintstone feet.
Oh, me too. I've been
yes.
called the same. Hey, look, Fred Flintstone Tootsies
yeah,
over there.
one Halloween we went as Wilma and Fred.
Yeah, we
Yes, you did. I remember that.
That's
I remember
cute.
actually,
We did.
that closet in the basement downstairs, like over in the corner, like the big room. I remember those, the pearls, like the rock pearls that Wilma
Yeah.
wears. Those
Yeah.
were in that closet until we moved out of that house. Every so often, I'd open
Yeah.
that closet and there they'd be, and I was like,
There's
"Oh yeah."
Wilma and Fred.
Yeah, I remember my friend and I, we sewed the costumes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
made
Like-
those costumes.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What great memories. See, we got to do this more often. Pick a subject like this. It's just great memories, talking about the business and how it's come and gone.
We should do like Throwback Thursdays.
I love throwback.
Or
Thursday.
Flashback Fridays, like either one.
Neither one.
Well, you guys vote, and I'll follow your lead.
I'm
We
still
remembrance Wednesdays.
very disappointed that we aren't living in Jetson's time, though.
I know. It's
They
true.
promised us.
I know. I
Lied.
wanted a flying car, and I want a robot maid cook.
You want a robot
Cleaner.
maid and cooking.
I want all of that.
All right, she's got to go. You're late for your work. Way to go.
One thing though, I was in. Did I tell you a robot made my matcha at the San Francisco airport?
Yes, I think you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
I think I put it on my Instagram story if anyone saw
okay.
it. So,
All right.
yeah. So we're kind of there on like the robots doing things, and the matcha was really good. I don't know if
Was
this was
it?
bad because it took away a job, but
Yeah.
but it was a really delicious matcha.
That's the ticket. All right,
Yeah.
you want to just start tomorrow's show now?
I will. Yeah.
All right, talk to you later.
See you
Bye.
guys later.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best. Aren't we just very lucky to have Kristen Bird on the show?
We are.
She
She's
is
always a bright light.
She's always a bright light. That's exactly right.
Even when people are dunking on her, she handles it very well.
She does. Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll take a break. Be right back. Some other big shot Hunyuk is on next, isn't he?
Who could it
Yeah,
be?
Hollywood Insider.
Yeah,
Beast.
Hollywood Insider. All right, we'll be right back. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Look at that timing. What do you think of that, Catherine?
Amazing.
What did you yell at me as I was headed out?
Did I yell at you?
I thought you said go down the hall or something.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I didn't. I must have misheard you. No question. There is a cruise that I've been hearing about from my friends at Heart of the North Tours. It sounds amazing to me. It's the Alaska Cruise Tour. What is a cruise tour? It's a tour that features a cruise that includes a 7-day Princess cruise tour of the glaciers, combined with glass-topped railway experience, multiple nights at the Denali Wilderness Lodge, including the land meal package. You'll visit Denali National Park, Whittier, Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay National Park, and stop in Anchorage, Juneau, Skagway, and Ketchikan. For more information, go to heartofthenorthtours.com or just call 1-833-424-2700 to speak to Mike. He's only got a couple of spots left, so get after it. You'd love it. Speak to Mike. Yeah, again, that number, 1-833-424-2700 to speak to Mike, who is a pro at arranging these amazing tours. It all happens August 8th through the 19th, and there are limited spots available. Like I said, just a couple of seats left, matter of fact. So book now. It's a trip of a lifetime you won't want to miss. No, this can't be right. Are we that late? Because Bob's on time.
I'm always on time. What are you talking? You're talking foolishness here.
I got to tell you something, Bob. Nobody's told you this yet, I don't think.
Yeah,
But
what?
the way you have everything situated on the wall behind you, it looks like you have mouse ears.
Yeah, people talk about your Mickey Mouse ears every so often.
M-I-C-K.
Because I got the two hats there.
You got the two hats there. Looks good, Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Sansevier Sports brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyer seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. This may be the first on this show, Bob, but I'm trying to follow this Viking story. What the hell is going on over there?
They did nothing yesterday, essentially. They brought in
They said they were
James
going to do
Pierre.
tons of stuff.
Well, they brought in a guy who a depth at cornerback, and they lost Jalen Naylor. They'll find another third receiver, but I mean, he's going to do very well, I think, with Francisco Mendoza, the new quarterback to be with the Raiders. And this actually is more. It could be more significant than it would seem. The guy's only a punter, Ryan Wright, but he was also the holder. And holders, you just can't bring in a punter and assume he'll be a good holder.
Yep.
And that's what they do. The punter is, maybe they should, you know what? Hey, JJ McCarthy, learn how to hold. We need to get something out of you.
Boy, that did not work, did it?
No. And here's the only thing that would make sense is because we're all assuming, or the big assumption is they'll go after Kyler Murray. Now, Kyler Murray comes with only a $1.3 million price tag. Yep, because it's offset by the guaranteed money. It's like $30 million. He's owned by the Cardinals, so they just have to give the minimum, and then the Cardinals pay the difference. Same thing with Geno Smith. Now, Kirk Cousins has only $10 million guaranteed, so he's going to want more. Maybe they're saving money because they realize he might make more sense than bringing in Kyler Murray, who, from what we know about head coach Kevin O'Connell, who's very stubborn. That's not his kind of quarterback, a guy who is improvises and likes running and not staying in the pocket. So I don't know that that's going to be a great mix. I would be tantalized by him if the coaches. He's a lot like Denny Green was. He has a system, and he makes players fit the system. He doesn't build the system around the players. And that's a mistake.
It never worked for him. Never worked for him.
It didn't. And so far, has it worked for this guy? I mean, there's things I keep going back to. When they had Darnold, the last two games Darnold played, got overrun by the Lions in the final regular season game, did nothing in the game, did nothing that week to make it better and get more tight ends, maybe a back staying in more. He got overrun by the Rams. I mean, he didn't make the adjustments because that's not his offense.
Right.
He's going to run his offense, and then the defense better just beware. Well, they got crushed. So I don't know. Maybe he's learning. I don't think he should be calling the plays. Be the head coach and let somebody else call a play. You could always overrule it, but oversee the entire team, not just the offense.
How can this team have been so bad for 65 years, Bob?
Well, it's actually closer to 50 because they did get to Super Bowls. They just didn't win them.
They just didn't win them, so that doesn't count. Win or get out.
You should see because I see Chuck like every week or so. Whenever I bring
Chuck.
50 years up, watch him wince.
Oh, yeah. Chuck Foreman is one of my favorite people in the world. I
Great
love
guy.
that guy. Just a great guy.
What's funny about not just Chuck, but every player on that team I've talked to, they changed the offense going into the 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
The last 3.
Yeah. Why?
Because because they thought I guess they tried it. They thought they could outsmart the other team that knew these teams were dominant during the regular season.
Yep.
But decided to change things.
Yeah,
just go back to the last game, the Oakland game. They recover the ball inside, but they're a few yards away from a touchdown. Don't give it to Chuck. Give it to Brett McClanahan, who fumbled.
I remember
Chuck
that.
Went over the top. He still says, I would have just gone over the top.
Yep.
And he would have.
God. Oh, why did they do it? We always did the wrong thing. Why?
That's why, you know what? You want a time machine to correct at least one of those wrongs.
We were talking about that earlier in the show today. It's getting the time machine cooking.
All right, if you could change any one thing in sports, what would it be? I assume for the Vikings or one of your local teams.
Yeah, it would have to be. Well, luckily the Twins did win a couple of World Series, so that was wonderful. That's a few years ago now, though, so it might be time to try to win another one. That'd be good. But yeah, I think winning the Super Bowl for the Vikings would be it for me because I've been a fan of theirs since I was 8 years old.
Okay. I would go beyond the 70s teams. I'd do one of two things. I'd go back to the NFC Championship game against the Saints, and I would tell the 12th player who ran on the field, you stay on the damn sideline, because had he not gone on the field, they would have kicked the field goal, and it would not have come down to an interception. And I don't blame Favre for that. I mean, Favre, bad pass, but that was the game where their bounty gate was out. But they were in range for a field goal. Yep. The other thing I would have done is I would have taken I would have told Darren Nelson, you're not going on the field for this one. Let Anthony Carter catch the touchdown pass. Because you recall, at the end of the game, Darren Nelson thought it was for him, gotten away, and
That's
couldn't catch it.
right.
In the 97, that the end of that season, both of those teams would have been dominant in the Super Bowl. That 97 Redskins team, or 87 Redskins team, remember what they crushed the Broncos. It wasn't even close. And also the Saints, they didn't have a tough time in the Super Bowl. So it could have gone well for both those teams.
Yeah.
There's so many things you can do to go back. Now, the only one, when you look at NFC Championship games, nothing you could do would have made that Giants game better, the 41-0 donut. That was bad.
Yeah.
I think that Bob should write a book called, or a screenplay called Armchair Quarterback. You can go back in time and have the armchair quarterbacks
Oh, I'd fix them all.
fix them all and see what happens.
I'd fix them all.
Yeah, it's
There
like
you go.
it's the if you could go back in time, which dictator would you kill? Except it's which game would you make suck less?
Yeah,
Oh, Andy.
hilarious.
Matter of fact, I'll reach out to him, but people want me to reach out to Herbeck and get him on the show. So
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. I don't have his contact info.
I do. I got it. So Bob, you'd like to be on the show with him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Herbeck's terrific, yeah.
Herbeck's great.
But you
guy.
may want to just give him his own time, too, though. You know what I mean?
Well, he's usually on his way to go shoot something.
That's true. Let me tell you, it's just one of those moments. I have had the greatest life in ever, of all time. Look at the family and my friends, and the career's been great, and all the rest of it. I went into the Wayzata store, the Lunds and Byerly's in Wayzata, right? I'm walking around the store, and I walk up behind this guy. He's in checkout, and I'm just standing there. Turns around, and he's lost a little weight, so I didn't know it was him up front. I got the biggest hug from Timmy Laudner right in the middle of Lunds and Byerly's. It was so sweet. Laudner gives me this big hug, and he's telling me, God, it's great to see you. You got to come down. When are you going to do this? I love those guys. Herbeck, Laudner. You go down the list.
it's a great group of guys. Laudner
Oh.
yeah, he is. You should try to get both of those guys on together.
Well, I should get them on together. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
I'll get that
Dave in the chat said, want to feel sad? I tell the story of Herbeck's road rage incident. Kids don't know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, they don't even know what you're talking about.
Well,
Yep.
he stopped playing baseball for the Twins 32 years ago. So I mean,
No, he did not.
yeah,
probably.
94. So yeah,
32 years.
if you're under the age of 40, you probably would have no idea who he is.
Oh my God!
Well, if you're a
Bob.
sports fan, you better know who Ken Herbeck
Well,
is.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like if you're a baseball mega fan, absolutely. But I think the average person under 40 does not know who Kent Herbeck is.
No, I
That's
wouldn't think
incredibly
so.
sad.
Was
Yeah.
the first, Catherine, the first time you met Herbeck when we went out to go trick or treating with him out at the golf course? Was that the first time you ever met Herbeck?
I can't remember the first time I met him. I
A
remember
long
we
time
went
ago.
golfing, glow ball golfing with him.
Yeah, glow
and he
ball,
had
yep.
he they give you each one glow ball,
Yep.
so you can play at night. And he went out and bought extras because you couldn't find them, so we could keep playing. I
You
thought
know what
that
he
was
strikes
hilarious.
me? Because I wouldn't be in the clubhouse a ton, but he struck me as a guy who loved playing baseball. I mean, he
Yes.
had a
Yep.
lot of fun. Whether it was in the clubhouse, even on the field.
He goes down to the games all the time. I mean, he's there all the time. You can't leave it alone. I don't think.
Too bad it hasn't rubbed off.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at all the players back then that we just mentioned Herbeck and Laudner and mentioned. I mean, all the different people from all the different. As you know, there's one guy from Chicago originally. He and I became the best of friends, and then his marriage kind of went on the rocks, and I haven't seen him since. So, no, Johnny Castino. You remember Johnny Castino?
Of course.
Oh yeah, it's been a long
I-
time since we've seen
oh,
the
I
Castinos.
Long.
I
time.
love the
Long
Castino.
time.
Great family, just a wonderful family. And I got to be honest with you, Johnny Castino was one hell of a baseball player.
He broke his back, didn't he? or something.
I don't know if he broke it. What happened, Bob? Do you know?
I think it was an injury that got him out of baseball.
I'd have to go and look it up. I don't want to misstate what happened to him.
I thought it was something like that because he had really bad back pain. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, just going down the list of all the people on that team, how Gary Gaetti. God, I miss Gaetti. Gaetti was one of the great guys I've ever met in my entire life. What a wonderful era that wasn't it, Bob?
I mean, of all the nicknames, you're called the Rat.
The Rat. That's exactly. Your nickname is the Rat.
Thanks a lot.
Bob, are we going to get a team going here? It just looks to me like we're doing the same old deal.
Okay, I've been talking to some friends who have been all their lives big Twins fans. They just don't care because they don't expect anything.
No,
they lost their best pitcher, so they don't really think anything's going to happen. And that's sad that there's no hope for this team.
I know.
They really need to sell the team and get deeper pockets that will spend money to make this a viable franchise. And it doesn't look like it's happening.
Remember? Sorry.
Just very quickly, Catherine. They won 2 World Series in 4 years, and then you just ignore them? What? I'm talking about the ownership.
Well, the teams that came after them when TK was still there and then Gardenhire, they were competitive teams, not World Series teams.
Right.
But the last couple of decades, it's been nothing.
Horrible. Absolutely.
Here
horrible.
they might win a division, but then they get swept. What's that streak the Yankees had going? 21 straight wins over them in the postseason or something like that in the 20s.
Yep.
It's just there's not a commitment by ownership.
No.
And see, that's the difference, I think. Certainly the Wild, he has tried giving whoever his GM has wanted. Leopold's come up with the money. And I think, frankly, so have the other teams. And now there's new ownership with the Wolves. But the Wolves have come up with the money, but they just haven't had the right guys making the decisions how to spend the money.
Right.
And that's been problematic. Maybe it'll get better. Well, you know what? But then again, you get sick of saying maybe it will get better because it doesn't.
When is it that we had the guy that was like basically arrested at the Twin Stadium for holding up a sign saying something about the Pohlads?
Oh, it was a sheet of a bed sheet, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, he smuggled in a sign saying Pohlads should sell or F the Pohlads or I don't know what it was. And he was like,
he might have been okay if it was like a pillowcase, but a bed sheet, they're going to take it down and take you down.
Yeah.
They have a little jail in the stadium.
They do.
He was roughhoused over a sign.
Have a little jail in the stadium.
Yeah.
Look
that
that
was
up.
last year or the year before. Yeah, it was when the Pohlads said that they were going to sell.
Yeah.
And everybody was excited for them to actually get rid of the Pohlads.
Yep.
But then they wanted too much money and nobody bought it, and that was all that.
Oh, here we go. Minnesota Twins kicked out and banned from Target Field for it's defund the Pohlads.
Defund the Pohlads.
And the police, defund the police to defund the Pohlads.
Well, I think the story was that they had him in handcuffs and everything.
They did,
I remember him saying that he was like shoved up against a wall, and it was like quite dramatic.
Michael Bailey.
Yes.
Should get him on. I thought that when the Timberwolves, when A-Rod got involved, that he'd come up with another group to try to buy the Twins. But now half the state hates him because he showed up at the White House, I think, with Trump. So now the liberals in Minnesota can't stand him. And I'm not going to a Timberwolves game if he's owner. Well, geez, let it go.
For God's sake.
I know.
Everything in Minneapolis is all about politics.
It
it's
is.
so tiresome.
Do you guys go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, and speaking of in Minnesota, you got some legislator who wants to quintuple the fees on registrations for cars and vehicles because they let billions get away in fraud. They need money.
Oh, God,
it's absurd.
I know.
Well, people were posting their registration fees, $3,000 for a 3-year-old car.
Yeah, ours is $800 for our van. Yeah.
Down here, it's like $80 for 3 years or 2 years
I know.
or something.
$800 for a 2-year-old van.
Oh,
and they want to raise it.
New. Oh yeah, it's high. If you have a new vehicle, you're screwed.
It's bad.
That's terrible.
Well, and then people will stop buying new cars. They'll buy used cars, and then it'll be, the new car market is tanking because of Donald Trump.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, Melissa worked a whole bunch of extra hours last month. And we were like, oh, we're going to have a whole bunch of extra money. We can do whatever we want. And then here comes the license tab bill. And nope, there goes all that extra work she just did.
There
Yep.
you go.
Yeah.
All right,
the
we better
worst.
take a quick break right here. Bob Sansevier with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
1 second. I had to find the right one.
Wouldn't want to do that before. Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Pete Wolf, owner of Robinson Rubber of Robbinsdale.
I partnered with North American Banking Company because I was able to talk to the president, and I know they have my back. They are much easier to talk to than those larger banks. The openness and flexibility has been the best part of banking with North American Banking Company. They understand small to medium businesses. No matter what part of the bank I am working with, North American Banking Company has the latest technology and friendly staff. I would absolutely recommend North American Banking Company to any of my closest colleagues if they want to have peace of mind in their business.
So why not bank where I bank, with my friends at North American Banking Company? To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabankco.com. That's nabankco.com, or do what I do and stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. It's time for Welshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Welshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Welshire is a place I highly recommend. Welshire is a memory care-focused facility that has a full nursing team, always staffed within the building, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They've never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Welshire Medina, now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, have for 2 generations. They're a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staff memory care facility in the state. Welshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Welshire. Set up a tour or learn more at welshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Bob Sansevier Sports, brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyer seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. So what's the latest, Sanny?
Well, I mean, I keep checking to see if the Vikings have made any more moves.
Right,
And
right.
Yesterday, there was a flurry of activity, and some teams, the Raiders signed like 8 guys. They're going to be better next year.
God.
And including Jalen Naylor, the Vikings wide receiver, as I mentioned earlier. But the teams that are now, they become a little tantalizing. The Chiefs signed Kenneth Walker III, the MVP from the Super Bowl. They finally have a number 1 running back who could be a beast for them.
God.
And the number 2 guy, Travis Etienne, went to the Saints. So the Vikings are left really with Jordan Mason as their running back. Maybe they'll get somebody in the draft because those were the top 2 running backs.
So let me ask you a question, Bob. I've been here for 2 weeks. Oh, there are big things coming down Vikings trail. Just keep your eyes on, it's going to be. They did nothing.
No, they really didn't. Now there's still players
Nothing.
out there, but the top guys are, pretty much done.
Yep. It's typical Vikings. Chirp and chirp and chirp. We're gonna spend all kinds of money. We're gonna make this team. And they never pull the trigger.
They've
ever.
opened money up to spend, but they haven't really spent. They re-signed
Right.
Eric Wilson. I mean, they're going to re-sign some guys, but I still, because they did nothing, I'm giving them some, benefit of doubt. And I think that Kirk Cousins is still in play for them because they have saved money.
Yeah.
I mean, 1-3 is nothing for Kyler
Right.
Murray.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But he's not coming here unless he thinks he can be the starter. I saw somebody write about, he's coming in to, if he's to compete with J.J. McCarthy. If any quarterback that you say is coming in to compete with McCarthy, you don't want. You want a guy to come in who is clearly going to be your starting quarterback.
Yes, absolutely.
It's dumb to say he'll compete with. Maybe McCarthy can develop into something. He's not ready. We saw that last year. And the problem with Murray,
Yeah.
you know about his video game obsession?
No.
He doesn't work. I mean, he doesn't put in the time to learn the offense. He spends a lot of time on video games. and that's reminiscent to Dante Culpepper. I told you that story.
That's right. Yeah.
Where he
Well, I hear
gave him a computer with game film, or they put it on disc to watch. Tice got the computer back. He went to see what he looked at. He watched movies on the computer.
He was watching movies.
Watching DVDs on his computer.
Whatever happened to Mike Tice?
He's out in Washington, retired. He helped out with the
State?
teams. Washington State. Yep, he loved it up there. When he, I think, when he'd been with Seattle for a bit as an assistant coach.
Right.
I still like. I know you weren't a fan, but I still like Mike. He was a great guy. Is a great guy.
Can you name one leader or coach or head of something I ever have gotten along with?
You got along with TK.
Yeah, TK and I got along. That's true.
You didn't
Tom
get along
Kelly
with
and I got
Gardy, though,
along.
did you? You didn't really know him, though.
No, I didn't really know Gardy. No, I didn't really know him. But yeah, that's a whole different deal, man. We got to get somebody winning, Bob.
Okay, I'm going to go through the coaches that unless Steck will forget, but you would have loved Jerry Burns had you gotten to know him.
Oh, I knew Jerry Burns a little bit because of his daughters. His daughters were huge fans
Very
of the
nice.
show.
Yeah. Remember they asked if they wanted all the things because they loved the Coach Uncle Burnsy stuff.
Oh, they loved Coach Uncle Burnsy. Absolutely, they did. Yeah.
And
his family.
Denny, well, we know how Denny, you and me, how we got along with him. But Leslie
Denny.
Frazier was a great guy, and he probably, when I look at all the coaches they've had, the word gentleman fits in better than any of them. I mean, they were all some good ones, and I mean, honestly, I like Tice. I didn't mind Childress either. He was a little persnickety, but he wasn't a bad guy.
Oh, that's good.
And the last, I don't know enough. I have not met O'Connell. So I can only speak from afar because I haven't been out there covering the team.
Yeah.
Not a fan because of his stubbornness.
Right.
And I don't think he's the great quarterback whisperer he's made out to be.
Doesn't seem like it because that team does nothing on the field. They look terrible.
No, and I'll tell you one thing that will tell you that he really hasn't learned. If Max Brosmer is still on this roster when the season begins.
Yeah. Yep.
Carson Wentz, whoever they're going to bring in, and JJ, and that should be your three.
Why is it so hard to get a winning team in the state of Minnesota? When I was growing up, you have to remember, I was 8 years old when the University of Minnesota won the National Football Championship. So I'm thinking, hey, look at this. We just got the Vikings, and we got a national championship college team, and they got the Twins. I mean, that was all 1960, man.
Well, I saw online, it was on X, the oldest living animal on the planet is a 194-year-old tortoise. Big thing.
Sounds
Born in
about right.
1832, right? Now, he's never seen the Vikings win the Super Bowl.
No, that's true.
He said, I'm not going to die till they win the Super Bowl.
They got to win the Super Bowl, and then I'll croak.
I'll tell you what, I also mentioned that he looks better than Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi. Hasn't had nearly the work Pelosi's had done.
Oh, my God.
We don't know that. He's had some turtle plastic surgery.
So, it's just, I mean, good for this tortoise to go 194. That's incredible. But he hasn't seen the Vikings win.
Is there any reason why this tortoise has lived so long?
It led a good life. Probably ate
Tortoises live a long time. They can easily reach 100. No problem.
But 200 almost, or what, 165, you said?
Yeah.
There have been, 194 is what he is. But there's been
194,
stories of there were stories of sharks living hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you know? I mean, they don't.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, really.
Well, that's the same one I saw last week. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they look nothing alike.
They look nothing alike at all. What the hell? It all works out in the end.
Let's see. It's Jonathan, a Seychelles giant tortoise, reported to be at least 193 years old, oldest currently living terrestrial animal.
Where is he, by the way? Because I didn't see where he's living.
St. Helena,
Is that a
which is an
retirement community?
island somewhere.
St. Helena.
So-
That's not where that's not the one that. Is that the volcano in Washington
Yeah.
or?
I think so.
That's
Isn't
Mount
it?
St. Helens.
Oh.
Okay, I have no idea where it is.
Yeah, St. Helena it's off the coast of Africa. It's basically Africa's Hawaii. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember back in the day, the Como Zoo had those great big huge tortoises, and they let kids ride them.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
they used to do that. They don't do that anymore.
I bet they don't. It's
They
probably
don't do
not
that
very
anymore.
nice
They
to the
also
turtle.
used to give
Tortoise.
kids like chalk, and they could draw on the tortoise's shells.
Mm-hmm.
That was a thing.
That would
They don't
be
do that
degrading
anymore either.
to
Yeah,
John. Do you think he's sitting there in his little tortoise voice? Tick, clock, tick.
When do we close?
Oh man.
That was a great experience as a child, though, to go over to that park. Oh my God, what a ball that was over there. No question about it.
Now,
is it?
how long does
Monkey
Como
Island.
predate the Minnesota Zoo? Because I've only been to Como, and I thought it was fine as a zoo.
Oh, I like Como Zoo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a small city zoo. And it's
But
not
it's kinda
very
neat.
huge. Yeah, it's kind of fun with really little kids.
The
Yeah.
day we went, I mean, it was incredible to watch. One of the giraffes was giving birth, and the dad giraffe was like the cliche of a guy in the waiting room. He was just pacing outside. You know,
Really?
yeah, if he could get a cigarette up to his lips, he probably would have had one.
That'd be
Let's see. The
kinda
Minnesota
cool.
Zoo opened in 1978. The Como Zoo opened in 1873, apparently.
Almost as
What?
old as-
It's
73.
that old? That's amazing.
Wow,
Oh, the
right.
park was opened in 1873. The zoo was opened in 1897.
1897.
Como Zoo- I like this. The first zoo in St. Paul was the Como Zoo, started in 1897 when the city of St. Paul received a gift of 3 deer. That's quite the zoo.
3 deer. That was it.
3 deer. Come check out our zoo.
Our
Here's
zoo.
a couple of rabbits.
Yeah, probably some squirrels.
A mouse?
Squirrels, a mouse.
Yeah, there- a couple of rabbits. Now there's 5 million.
Yeah.
You know that's what happened in Australia, right?
What?
They brought in, let's see, Australian rabbit epidemic. It's the Australian rabbit plague. They brought in, so Australia didn't have rabbits, but in Europe, hunting rabbits was like the big thing. If you were noble, you went and you hunted rabbits.
Oh, they brought them over.
All these Europeans who were Europeans who were on Australia, they were like, we don't have any rabbits to hunt, so let's bring them on over. They brought 24 rabbits into Australia to hunt them. Let's see. I'm trying to find like the numbers. By the early 1900s, there were tens of thousands of them. 50 years later, they had spread throughout the entire continent.
Oh,
And so what they ended up doing is they engineered a special virus to release
Of
into the
course they
rabbit
did.
population called myxomatosis. It's basically like a transmissible cancer.
How many
So
people
they
died?
started giving these rabbits this myxomatosis and started being like, go infect your fellow rabbits. And yet there's still rabbits all over Australia. So
Yep.
24
There's-
rabbits turned into uncountable, even though they were trying to exterminate them as best
Yeah.
they can.
They didn't
think
fall
this-
for that.
I think
No,
there's a
I
couple
didn't.
of islands off the coast of New York too, or something like that have the rabbit problem. They all of a sudden just surge.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
All right, Sandy, any closing words, Pally?
Well, I'll tell you, next time we talk, the Vikings should have their roster pretty much set heading into the draft. And we'll know who the
Bob-
quarterback's going to be.
So they got nobody in all these trades they were yammering about for 3 weeks. Oh, it's going to be huge. They got no one.
And they got the backup cornerback.
Oh, boy.
And they re-signed a 31-year-old Eric Wilson. 'Cause suddenly they were afraid he was going to go somewhere.
Why is that team so, is the ownership that lame?
The ownership gives the money, or they did the last couple of years. Maybe they said, let's batten down. I'm still, like I said, let's see what happens if it's Kyler Murray. You know what? I say Kyler Murray, and then I said maybe it'll be Kirk Cousins. Watch it be Geno Smith, which he could compete with JJ because his career seems over.
Yeah.
So that'll probably be what they do.
Great. There was all this talk on national television, particularly on YouTube, about how big the Vikings were going to blow up and be a really tough team. Once again, they did nothing.
Well, I will say this about Kyler Murray. If you want to have a chance to if you think you're something special, which I think he does, he may want to go to New York because he's have a lot more advertising opportunities than here.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's true.
You know, and that's not a bad team. They're assembling a decent team there, finally.
Finally. Well, I wish we would someday again, finally. That'd be great.
You can wish in one hand.
All right, Sandy, we'll talk to you
All right.
later.
See you
I have
later.
to amend my rabbit numbers quickly.
Okay.
So I
numbers.
said there were tens of thousands of them, like decades later. I got the actual numbers here. So they released 24 rabbits in 1859. By 1920, there were 10 billion.
Oh my God.
Billion?
Who's counting all those rabbits?
So I understand why they gave them rabbit cancer at that point. 'cause
Holy cow.
that's
Oh,
all.
geez.
Full
Can I
fuck of
say
rabbits.
this? We don't have any rabbits, but June 25th, 26th, 27th, Buffalo Rodeo, buffalorodeo.com. Get your tickets. Thank you.
Get
Oh,
your
that's
tickets
wonderful,
here.
Bob. That's great.
We got to get you guys out. Get the fam.
Love to. Love to do it.
Ethan would love a rodeo, and so would Colin probably.
Yep.
Well,
Probably
then let's
would.
plan on it. All
Although
right.
Colin will walk into a room and point at a light on the ceiling, and go, ugh.
Yeah.
So he's easy to impress at this stage.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, they'll be impressed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Sansevier Sports brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers. Sandy, we'll talk to you later. We'll take a break right now. Be right back and wrap things up right after this. Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong, but suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing. And people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant. You've heard me and my family rave about fresh, dry snacks, and we and the grandkids love them. Fresh, dry snacks are real food. There's no junk in them. Made from real fruit, real vegetables, and real ingredients, not powders, not fillers, not fried snacks. What's on the label is what's in the bag. It's called the Fresh Dry Difference. They use a proprietary fresh dry process. They dry for flavor, not longevity. The result, real crunch, real nutrients, no frying, no oils. Right now they offer 5 veggie blends, 12 different fruit options, 6 granola bite flavors. Go to freshdrysnacks.com and use code Barnard, Barnard, for 10% off your first order. Shipping is always free on orders over $100. What was that you had up there?
That was the fresh dry copy or whatever.
What was Fresh Dry Cop? Oh, good.
I
Excellent.
think that
'Cause
was a video they took at the state fair, maybe.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
think so.
I just wanted to make sure because I just saw about the last half second of it. So it looks good when it's up, though.
That's what they gave us.
There you go. Now we're talking. All right. Any closing words?
Did we have any interesting children behavior yesterday? I'm trying to think. I don't know, I think the kids were just kind of knocked out from daylight saving and the weird times they had.
No,
Well,
we're getting up really late.
What do you mean we?
Well, I mean, when they're tired, they're extra work.
No, I'm talking to your mother. We
Oh.
get up early. Thinking,
Oh.
sure
No, we're
you
getting up late.
do. You are. I'm not.
I know, because daylight savings time.
Yeah, technically we got up late on Sunday. We got up at 9, but it was actually 8. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
it's not really late.
I've been waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
thinking, "Oh, I should go back to sleep for another hour," and then all of a sudden it's 8:30. I'm like, "Wait a minute, what's
I know,
going
it's,
on here?"
Margaret
it's
brings up it's Mario Day today, so we'll have to play some Mario.
Why is it Mario Day?
Mar 10, Mar 10,
Oh,
Mario.
I
That's
thought you were talking about Mario the Baker.
No, that's gone, isn't it?
Yep.
Unfortunately, that was the best pizza in the world.
It was indeed.
it was.
So they're not like opening. The kids aren't opening it, or they didn't franchise. Just gone.
No,
Well,
I think
that
it's
one's
still
out there. It's just
still
way
there.
out there now. You
Yeah,
know,
it's still there.
it's not
Oh, I thought he died
convenient.
or something.
He did.
He did.
But the kids are still
it's
doing it or something?
I guess so. Somebody
Oh,
bought
good.
it.
Oh, well, that's good.
All right, Andrew, we'll talk to you later.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Got a picture in my pocket reminds me of this rose before. Every time I hear the singing reminds me how you talk in my door.